Welcome aboard, everybody. This is Life is Feudal, Forest Village. I'm Captain Kent. We're sitting in the summer, year 129, population of 328, and we are going to get 300 adults, which was the next goal that I wanted to reach, and I think we're going to do it here real soon. Just need to... hopefully nobody dies, and yeah, we'll get there quickly. Hey, look, we got lemons on a tree. Whoop. Isn't that pretty? You know, I like the way these trees look, but I think the cherry trees look better still. And since this centerpiece here, Meridian Avenue, is all about looks, we're already set up for the next cycle to be cherries. So I like the way that the cherry trees bloom, and they look beautiful, and that's what we're going to do. So let's update real quick. Been playing around with the setup, have changed some of the crops and some of the numbers of people in the fields. I've just been getting so much of the supplies of vegetables and milk and meat and all that, and you'll notice my hide is way up, and that's I've been taking things to the items that I have a surplus of and trading them off for hide. And you know, the more I've looked at that mod that I have running of the adjustable carry weight, that's really the key factor of my surplus. So messing around with those fields and everything, we've got some corn growing here. Nice, see the little corn cobs and everything. Cool. I think that looks pretty good. Corn will serve as a grain. That's what it harvests as, not a vegetable. We got some cabbage here, just to have some different visuals and everything like that. Growing grass. I think we got grass here also, yeah. Yep. And actually, this field is going to come down. I'm going to have them harvest it, and then I'm going to take it down. I need to add another windmill with these 4 bakers, actually a total of 8 bakers going, but 4 shops. It depletes my flour. I can't keep up with the production, so we need a windmill, and that's where it's going to go. Some more updates. We planted a whole bunch of mines out here. I had a bunch of ore and whatnot that I want to take advantage of before I start building fields or something, whatever ends up being out here. And did terraforming, added a couple, well, relocated everything that I had out here. So this is all looking tip-top, I think. And we did a little bit more terraforming over here to prepare for the keep, and just flattened it out a little bit more and spread it out a little bit more, finished this angled wall. And while working on this, I really started to notice the angle of this terrain does not line up with the angle of this wall, and that really kicks in my OCD complex. So I might end up moving this tower just a tiny little bit. I don't know how far it has to go, just to make sure this wall is lined up with this. But I'm going to wait for this until the keep is done and just see how it all looks. It might not be worth messing with, but it's certainly noticeable from more of a distance. You can definitely see they don't line up just right, and then that will throw off the symmetry of all of these towers. The distance between these 2 towers is the same between these 2, so I don't know. Oh, I took this bridge down And I'm even entertaining the thought of taking this bridge down and leaving this section of the village isolated. I don't know, thinking about it. Yeah, I think I might have added a house or two. I don't really remember. Most of it has been just messing around with the terraforming and critiquing the fields just a little bit, and doing a lot of trading at the market. I love this thing. This thing is so cool. Alright, so what to do? What to do? Have they finished clearing that field? Come on, boys and girls, clear that out. I know a way to speed it up. We'll just add more people to it. Oh yeah, another thing I noticed, and I didn't realize this was a feature of the mod when I installed it. The mod is called Tiny Fenceless Fields. You can add more laborers or more workers in that field than what the stock would allow. So, that just makes us, any field that much more productive, being able to put more people than what the stock of the game allows. So I wish I could disable that part of the feature of the mod, but I don't think I can. So yeah, it is what it is. God, I wish the developers would fix that clipping issue, just because, honestly, I'd rather have the fences around the fields. I do think that looks better. I paused off the flax just because the flax was getting so high, and filling up my barns and everything like that. So I need to, yeah. And I'm even using the mods of, the expanded storage in the barns. So man, could you imagine running this without that? I'd have to have a barn like at every third building or something like that. Yeah, so if anybody's watching this and they're comparing my build to their build, yeah, understand that this build is with the use of mods, and there's no way that this particular layout would function without the mods. They would starve. There's no way I could bring in enough food. Yeah, so it is what it is. And how they coming along with that field? You know what? That's getting close enough. I've got enough hay where let's tear it down and be done with it. Alright, let's adjust our workers. And oh man, I forgot that I had laid a bunch of other little jobs out there for them to do. I've got them placing these little barrel lanterns at all these outposts just so I can find them a little bit easier once all the trees are grown back. And it's just sometimes hard to find these buildings. And with these lanterns going, it at least makes it easier to find them at night. Doesn't help during the day, but definitely can help find them at night. Yeah. So, how we doing on population? 299. We just need one more kid to graduate from school, and that's going to happen real soon. So, get on with it, kids. Get on with it. Did they finish this yet? No, not yet. Yeah, I think that was it right there. Sasha, awesome. Where are you, Sasha? Give you a nice big hug. Yay, Sasha. You're number 300. Alright. Get on with it. Yeah, I like my little original shack here. I really do. I think this is a cool little setup right here with how I got it decorated and put in this little totem lantern pole thing with the flags on it and the decoration mods. Yeah, bunch of graves are original settlers. I think that looks pretty cool. I wish I could find a fence that I felt looked right around this thing, but of all the decorations that have fences and things like that, none of them really look right. I'd like to have a mod, if somebody, any modders out there watching this, somebody make a decoration mod that would let me build fences like this, but don't take up a footprint. That's the important thing. There's a fence that I like, but it cuts into this road, and it looks super dopey. I guess I could tear all this down and shift it over one. I think I've got a little gap for them to walk in between this crypt and that shack. Oh well, I don't know. Something to think about for the future. Did they tear that down? They did. Alright, let's get our windmill up there. Oh, I hope it fits. Yeah, it's gonna fit. Cool. I'll give it 2 gaps there, just because it's such a big building that squeezing them together too tight can kinda make it look a little dopey. So, alright, get on with it. Boy, they blasted out all those barrels really quick. Yes, they did. Nice. See how that looks out there? And I think I got them, build them on these also. Yeah. Just find them out there in the forest a little bit easier. Getting a bit of some lag right now. Alright, I'm going to let them run for a little bit until that windmill is finished, and then check back and see where we are with our game. Okay, awesome. They got that finished up. Let's go ahead and get a couple people in there. Hopefully now I'll be able to keep up with the flower production. I can speak. Hopefully I'll be able to keep up with the flower production now. See? I told you. Alright, I keep thinking about it, about adding another tavern, and looking for the right spot, and I just cannot find a good spot for my next tavern. I'm thinking maybe out here, maybe over here. I could tear some houses down and, you know, put a tavern in place of some, you know, small houses. But I don't want the tavern along the edges, the outer edges of the water. Not yet anyway, just because it's a large building, and I don't want it to obstruct the view of the other buildings. So as trivial as that may be, of a reason, it's my reason. So I'm going to stick with it, because yeah, I like the way looks are important to me, and how things are laid out and all that stuff, and I'm sure it is to you as well. If not, then what are you doing here? Come on. All right, what do we? Let's harvest some stuff, since we're getting in late fall. It's a little bit of a late attempt at harvesting what's left, but about the only thing I'm kinda not even really hurting on, but could use more of, is the fruit. The vegetables we're rock solid on. We're rock solid on the oats. We're good for a while on the flax. Oh, and the reason that flax is not going down is the same problem I've been having forever, is weavers not working. So yeah, I think I've got one functioning weaver right now. This one's been working for the longest. So I'll let them all just keep going until you know, look at how short of an amount of time these are working. Oh well. Oh, hey, speaking of the bugs and glitches and bad AI and all that stuff, I had been struggling with schools bugging out. If you've followed this channel, you've seen it in the past videos. And I got a message from the developers saying that they have a fix for that bug, and it is expected to be delivered in the next update. So whenever that is, and I don't think it's one of those little teeny tiny updates that they do a lot of. You know, I'm thinking an actual patch, you know, or a real live update. So I don't know when that is. They didn't specify that, but they did say that they have addressed that bug. So apparently they looked into the issue a little bit more and found a solution. Good. So I think once this fourth weaver bugs out, I'll go ahead and send a save file to the developers of all 4 of my weavers bugging out, and try to help them find a solution. So yeah, well, I think we're gonna wrap it up for this video, for this episode anyway. I definitely accomplished my goal that I wanted to. I wanted to get this little windmill up. I wanted to get 300 adults, and we have 305. We should stay steady at about 305 to 310 with this number of houses. You know, we'll have die-offs, you know, people dying of old age, you know, the occasional hypothermia death and whatnot. That happens every year. So I just wanted to let it run for a few years with this number of houses to kind of let the population stabilize, and then I'll build some more houses. But I need people's input on where to place this next tavern. So if you got an idea, shout out in the comments, and maybe we'll name the tavern after you. We've got our original soon-to-be tavern. I think it's still banging out alcohol. Yeah, good. Helping out, keeping the people happy. So, alright, that's it. You guys have a great day. Thanks for tuning in. Bye-bye, everybody.